দেখতে পাচ্ছি বিশেষ করে র্যাব, আনসার, পুলিশ, বিজিবি অর্থাৎ সবাই কিন্তু এখানে রয়েছেন এবং এছাড়া রয়েছেন অন্যান্য বাহিনীর সদস্যরাও কিন্তু এখানে রয়েছেন। তো দর্শক, এই ছিল আন্তর্জাতিক অপরাধ ট্রাইব্যুনাল থেকে সর্বশেষ।
It varies. So you say time limit, it may vary. Somewhere you will find the figure 800, somewhere 1000, somewhere 1400. So you say time limit, it may vary. Substance, somewhere you will find the figure 800, somewhere 1000, somewhere 1400. So you say time limit, it may vary. Substance, somewhere you will find the figure 800, somewhere 1000, somewhere 1400. So you say time limit. It was substance somewhere in the police time doing the needful to control the protesters, curfew orders. Then in part 6, we have described, we have given an account of the learned chief prosecutor's arguments, the points of argument. The pertinent points of arguments have been described. We have also described the pertinent points of argument raised by the learned State Defense Council. Thereafter, we have given an account of our observations and inference. And finally, we passed the order. So, this is all about the judgment. Now we will read out the very pertinent portions of the judgment one by one. At first, our line member 2. He will read out a portion of the judgment, commencing from origin and object of the tribunal, jurisdiction of the tribunal, and he will read out Article 7 of Home Statute, elements of crime against humanity, elements of superior command status, responsibility, and then the charges. Thereafter, learned member 1, he will read out some questions from the discussion of the evidences, the report of the United Nations Human Rights Commission, and then the extent of cruelty administered upon the victims, and thereafter the points of arguments submitted by the learned prosecutor and the learned State Defense Council. And finally, I will read out the conclusion and the order. So it will take about 40 minutes. We hope that you will be listening to the deliberations. Thank you very much. Now, the turn of our learned member 2 is reading out, as I have mentioned.
Origin and object of the tribunal. The International Crimes Tribunal has been established under the International Crimes Tribunal Act 1973 to provide for the detention, prosecution, and punishment of the persons for genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and other crimes under international law committed within or beyond the territory of Bangladesh, whether before or after commencement of the Act. Jurisdiction of the Tribunal. The Tribunal has got the jurisdiction to try the offences enshrined in Section 3 and 4 of the International Crimes Tribunal Act 1973. Section 3 provides, the tribunal shall have the power to try and punish any individual or group or individuals, organization, or any member of any disciplined force, auxiliary force, or intelligence agency who, irrespective of his nationality, commits or has committed within or beyond the territory of Bangladesh, whether before or after the commencement of this act, any of the crimes mentioned in its subsection 2. According to subsection 2 of section 3, the following acts or any of them are is crime within the jurisdiction of a tribunal for which there shall be individual responsibility. The Constitution of Bangladesh has given upper hand in Article 47, subarticle 3 thereof to the application of the provisions of International Crimes Tribunals Act 1973 in the following manner. Notwithstanding anything contained in this Constitution, no law nor any provision thereof providing for detention, prosecution, or punishment of any persons who is a member of any armed or defense or auxiliary forces or any individual group of individuals or organization or who is a prisoner of war for genocide, crimes against humanity, or war crimes and other crimes and crimes under international law shall be deemed void or unlawful, or ever to have become void or unlawful on the ground that such law or provisions of any such law is inconsistent with or repugnant to any of the provisions of the constitutions. Crime against humanity, namely murder, extermination, enslavement, deportation, imprisonment, abduction, confinement, torture, rape, sexual exploitation, enforced disappearance, human trafficking, sexual slavery, enforced prostitution, forced pregnancy, enforced sterilization or other inhuman acts when committed as part of a widespread or systematic attack direct against any civilian population with knowledge of the attack or persecutions on political, racial, ethnic, or religious grounds, whether or not in violation of the domestic law of the country were perpetrated. Section 4 provides as follows. Any individual or groups of individuals or any member of any disciplined force, auxiliary force, or intelligence agency who commits a crime within the jurisdiction of the tribunal shall be responsible and liable for punishment. Any commander, superior officer, or leader who orders, permits, acquiesces, incites, or participates in the commission of any of the crimes specified in section 3 or is connected with any plans or activities involving the commission of such crimes or who fails or omits to discharge his duty to maintain a discipline or to control or supervise the actions of the persons under his command or his subordinates, whereby such persons or subordinates or any of them commit any such crimes or who fails to take necessary measure to prevent the commission of such crimes. Now, crimes against humanity according to Rome Statute. For the purpose of this statute, crime against humanity means any of the following acts when committed as part of a widespread or systematic attack directed against any civilian population with the knowledge of the attack, A. Murder, and weighing the relevant ones, murder, torture, other inhuman acts of a similar character intentionally causing great suffering or serious injury to body or to mental or physical health. The core offense in the instant case is the crime against humanity. Thus, we have to see what elements are required to constitute this crime. In view of section 3 and 4 of the Act, there must be an attack. B. The attack must be widespread or systematic. C. The attack must be targeted a civilian population. D. The attack must be within the knowledge of the superior or the superior should have known of the attack in order to hold him or her liable for the crime. The superior must have been in the control over the concerned subordinates. Elements of superior command responsibility. From the jurisprudence and eminent from the international crimes tribunals,